Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
Single best idea. And to give you a window into my single best idea today is the Bloomberg message screen this morning at 8:31 lit up like a candle. Every inflation report's important. Some are more important than others. And then with the government shutdown, with the dearth of data, Cameron Christ was brilliant where he said, look, they just dropped zeros into some of the unknowns. The uproar that Paul Sweeney and I saw after the inflation report, the disinflation report, was truly extraordinary. I got a blistering note in from David Rosenberg, who believes in disinflation. Anna Wong agrees with David Rosenberg. She was very nuanced. We had 6, 7, 8 wonderful guests in today. Anna Wong of Bloomberg Economics linking this inflation report into the labor economy.
Well, I think that there's a underlying weakness in the labor market. I think so. Tom, productivity boom happens when you have revenues still rising, and the micro level and the macro level GDP will be strong. In the first quarter, we know that the shutdown, the rebound from the shutdown, is going to boost first quarter GDP by about 2 percentage points. Yet the hiring is close to zero. That means productivity is going to be growing at maybe 3% in the first quarter of next year. So I think that's what you're saying. You can have a weak labor market while you have a productivity boom. And I think that a weak labor market and a strong economy, those two narratives can go in parallel.
Anna Wong there talking about truly the dynamics, the push and the pull of how we come to a belief on our economic future. Again, raging debate about this inflation report with all the knock-on effects of the shutdown. Just as a one-off, Stephanie Roth nailed this morning in the heat of it at 8:32. Airlines with huge disinflation into those statistics, and other things, frankly, showing a persistent inflation. Some of the shelter and medical costs would be highlighted there. We'll have much more on that over the next 24 hours with Michael McKee's leadership and our team in Washington. Again, Anna Wong linking this into Fed policy and the great American experiment.
The very reason why we are not seeing inflation is because the consumers are in trouble. The labor market weakness is real, and consumers are feeling pinched. That's why firms have been losing pricing power. So I think that trend will go on for another 6 months or so. And then after the tax season, as consumers have more money in their pocket, maybe a couple thousand more, there you might see some of this disinflationary pressure slowing.
The word that I use on this, and she alluded to it there, Dr. Wong was discussing the ambiguity, the outcome of a certain trend. So if we have disinflation, if we have a quote-unquote weaker consumer, if prices come down, what does it mean? Is that good? Is that bad? Coloring all of what we do at Surveillance, to borrow a phrase from Dr. Wong, Chicago, is about price theory and the ambiguous outcomes that are out there. Reason enough to stay with us. I looked it up on the Bloomberg ECO Go, January 9th and then on to January 13th to get some clarity on the data before that important January Fed meeting. On podcasts, we're on Apple, we're on Spotify, on YouTube Podcasts, Single Best Idea.